Hello, my dear students. How are you? Hope all of you are fine. As you know, due to COVID-19, due to this pandemic situation, we have started our online classes and hope all of you are watching these classes for your own benefit. Okay, so keep your eyes always in these classes. Okay, so welcome to our class of Milestone School and College. This is me, Sushmita Chakraborty from Sector 13, going to take your Bangladesh and Global Studies class. And this classwork number will be 3030. Okay, so you will follow this classwork number in your classwork copy. So let's see what is the thing that we have started. Okay. As you know that already a new chapter has been started. Okay, this is chapter 6. You have already read some of the lessons of this chapter. So I would like to ask you some questions from there. As you have already read all these. Okay, so tell me, what is culture? I hope all of you know this, isn't it? Yes, it's a very easy one. Culture is the lifestyle of the people of a particular place, particular region. Okay, what does it do? Culture reveals the expressions, the attitude, the way, and the lifestyle of people, such as from your behavior, your attitude, your way of living, your lifestyle will always reveal your culture, which culture you belongs to. Okay, so this thing will always be revealed by your attitude and behavior, so it will be part of your culture. So let's see the next question. How many types of culture is found in our society? It's a very easy question, isn't it? We get or how many types, we should give the question answer according to the question. How many types of culture is found in our society? There are two types of culture is found in our society. Okay, so you can say two types of culture. Then what it will be? It will not be is found, because two are. Okay, two types of culture are found in our society. So what it will be? One is abstract, another one is concrete. Okay, the thing that we can see and or which is very much which can come to our sight. Okay, which can be visualized. These are called the concrete culture. And the things which cannot be seen but only can feel, these are part of our abstract culture. These are part of our what? These are part of our abstract culture, such as love, affection. All these are part of what? Abstract culture, not the concrete culture. Now see which songs tells us about the river dependent people. You have already read this question answer in the last or the previous lesson. So there are some songs which are related to some regions, okay, and to our rural places. Some songs like Batiali, Shari, these kinds of songs tells us about the river dependent people. Okay, and now see the next question. What is called humanism according to our culture? See here, what is called humanism according to our culture? The symphony of versatile culture. What? The symphony of versatile culture is called humanism according to our culture. What is the meaning of symphony? Symphony means similarities of versatile culture. See, there are differences in culture. Okay, there are differences in culture, but still there are some similarities. There is no conflict. we all are adapting everything very nicely, and we are trying to cope up with all this culture rather than making the chaos. So that's why it is making a very good combination, and this is called what? This is called humanism according to our culture. Now see, what type of religions are observed to celebrate? Then I think all of you know this answer, isn't it? It's a very easy one. Mostly we see that what that is Islam, that is Islam, then Hinduism, then Buddhism and Christianism are mostly seen to be observed. As we see, as we know that in our country, mostly the people are from Muslim. Okay, and some are Hindu, some are Christian, some are Buddhist also. So we see these religions are to be observed in our country. Now see, what is the next? As you have already read up to lesson 4, today we are going to start lesson 5. Now see, as you already know what is culture, okay? Culture is what? The lifestyle of different people. It reveals about the lifestyle of people. Now see, pattern of Bangladeshi culture. What is the pattern? What is the way? What is the differences? What is the liking, disliking, or all those things? Okay, the pattern of Bangladeshi culture. Geographical environment, weather, method of production, etc. play a special role to build up culture. So actually where you are living, how the climate is of your country, how the weather is, uh, in which area or in which place it is situated, in which continent it is situated, whether it is a tropical, whether it is of one continent or one place where summer continues for long, or winter continues for long. So all those factors are actually related. All those factors play role to build up culture. As a result, culture differs from country to country. So which things play a very special role or a very great role? Geographical environment, weather, method of production, etc. play a special role to build up culture. You must have to learn this. What are these? Geographical environment, then weather, method of production. Okay, now see, as a result, culture differs from country to country. Again, many kinds of culture can develop in a single country. So how many kinds of culture can develop in a single country? Many kinds of. Okay, it has not been particularly told. We know that mainly there are two types of culture, that is, one is abstract, another one is what? Another one is concrete. So it has been told that different kinds of culture can develop in a single country. Hence, culture is not stagnant. It means what? It is not permanent. It is not consistent. That whatever it is, it will be always like that. It's not like that. Okay, it can be changed. It is changeable. So that's why it is called what? It is not stagnant. It will not be stood in one place. It can change. Okay, rather it is changeable. It is not that the whole culture changes. Some major aspects of culture remain unchanged for a long time. So what it is? We know that a culture may change, but it doesn't mean that the whole part of a culture will be entirely changed, will be completely changed. No, as we are the Bengali people, as we are the Bengali, so we must have some own particularity. Okay, we cannot change ourselves as a whole, but we can change some of our attitudes, some of our behaviors by times. So what does it mean? That it will be changed, but not actually by whole. So some aspects will be changes, some points will be changes, some features will be changed. Now let's see. Here, many kinds of culture can be practiced within a single country depending on the characteristics like occupation. So see here, many kinds of what? many kinds of culture can be practiced within a single country depending on the characteristics like occupation, gender, age, location, process of production, then age, education, process of production, education, religion, and so on. So, which things are actually related for changing the culture? So there are so many things which are related for changing the culture, or how can you define one culture? So all those are the things. See, the occupation of a place, that of the people, those who are there, okay, and then gender, age, location, which things they are producing, what is their educational background, which religion is being celebrated, and all these things are related to culture, okay. And all this can be what can be practiced within a single country depending on the characteristics. So many kinds of culture can be practiced within a single country according to all these features. Now see, for instance, so it means, for example, rural culture differs from urban culture. So what does it mean? That the way of village people, okay, the way of living will not be as what as the urban people are living. So it can change, it can differ each from each places, okay. So now see the next thing, in the geographical environment. What? In the geographical environment of the village, there are ponds, rivers, canals, beels. We all know, I think all of you know that ponds. It's a kind of what? A place where water stores, and not like a tank or something. Then rivers. It's also a what? Water body. Canals, bills. This, then mountains. We all know which is called mountain. Seas, fields, spread up to the horizon, etc. What if we go to our village home or any villages, we can see that sometimes, mainly at the time of setting sun, okay, we see as if the sun, or the sky, not sun, the actually color is spreading. The sun, while the sun sets up, the sky is quite like that. The sky and the field or the ground of the earth is going to be mixed up, okay. So this thing is called horizon, the place where where the two things is quite like that to be mixed up. This place is called the horizon. The occupations, we see these kinds of scenario in our villages. Then see the occupations like farming, pisciculture. Pisciculture means what? Do you know? Fishing, okay. Cultivating, fishing, cultivation of fishes, then pisciculture, boatmanship, then etc. contribute to constructing rural culture. So what do we naturally see? We see farming, pisciculture, that is what? Cultivation of fishes. Then boatmanship, that is what we know, boatman, who are the boatman, and etc. All these things are related to the economy of rural culture, okay. And these people are actually just going for their livelihood this way. Then go for the next. Now see, can you see there are some pictures? I hope all of you can see. Now see here, that is the main food of Bangladeshi culture is what? Is a steel culture. Rice and fish is still an inseparable part of rural food habit. Do you like this? It's very much what? It's looking like that. It's very tasty. Now see, so the thing is that the main food of Bangladeshi culture is what? Rice and fish. That's why we are called Mache Bhate Bangali. Okay. So see here is still an inseparable part, that we cannot keep ourselves separated from here, from these kinds of attitude, these kinds of what lifestyle. We still like to eat these kinds of food. So it's an inseparable. So now see that many regional, we have already got to know about which is our main food. Okay, now let's see what is the next here. Many regional songs like Bhawaya, Bhatiyari, Murshidi, then Baromashia, Gambhira, etc. reflect the happiness and sorrows of the rural people. So, what um, what do we get from these kinds of songs? Actually, these are regional songs which are still uh, found to be sung. Okay, in which places? In the places, actually in the not we are not accustomed to see these kinds of songs mostly in our urban culture. These are very much related to the rural people. Okay, with the happiness and what the sad feeling or their grief, their sorrow, the feeling of sorrow. All those things are related with these songs. Okay, so see here, at the outset of winter. So what is that? It is the beginning. Okay, at the outset of winter, arrangement of Jatrapala after harvest season still retains the uniqueness of village in the modern age. So it still was, see what is found there. That is Jatrapala. Can you see this picture? Like we know that Shirajuddaulah is not actually he is not existing now, but some of these view are viewed in front of the people in the places like where there is in the village. Okay, which places in the village? So these things are still to be staged. Okay, and the people of rural village like very much to see or to watch these kinds of programs, and still these are in our rural village. Now see, on the contrary, geographical environment of the town, occupation, mechanized life have built up the urban culture. So it is exactly the different one that what we see in our urban life. We see that urban life, the people's life in urban place is very much what mechanized, quite like the machine. They have made their life very much busy. Their occupations are also different from the occupation of village people. Then see, along with traditional culture of Bangladesh, here we find modern buildings, plenty of motor cars. What is the meaning of plenty of? That is a lot of. What is the meaning of plenty of? A lot of. Plenty of motor cars, the impact, etc. So what we get in our city life? We see that the whole city is with so many apartments, so many buildings, so many decorated places. Okay, that is very much actually rather than the natural view we get here the mechanized life. Okay, not the natural way of life, and people are also being very much busy with this life because they are accustomed, they are habituated to go with this. The impact of globalization is seen more in the town. That is what globalization is, the result of technology. What does it do? What has been created by globalization? Globalization has made the connections more. It has made the whole globe very smaller because people from one place can get to know about another place very easily. So this is a result of globalization. So it has made connection, okay, between or among the countries, not actually among the places of a particular country. It has made the what? It has made a connection among the country. So the connection or the as the technology has very much developed, and globalization is the result of technology. Now see, In the same way, people of different occupations form different cultural trends. This similarity is noticed in celebrating festivals and ceremonies among the lower class, the middle class, and the higher class people. There are also differences between men and women regarding dress, lifestyle, and thoughts. So, what do we see? According to the people's occupation, their lifestyle is being different. Okay, and also according to your status you will celebrate the festivals. If you are a person, if you belong to a upper class family, there is a lots of wealth are there, or you are from an aristocratic family where there is no tension of money or something like that, that time your lifestyle, your way of talking, your way of celebrating the different kinds of celebrations will be not alike, not alike others. Okay, and such as one is from upper class, one is from middle class, and one is from lower class. All three will have their own lifestyle. They cannot actually lead a single lifestyle. Okay, they are, so what it will be according to the classes of people. We know there are different classes of people: upper class, middle class, lower class. So according to their classes, their lifestyle will also be changed, and it will also actually emphasize, it will also give an effect to our culture. Now see, since the primitive period, our language culture has developed with the vocabulary consisting of words from various language groups. See here again, from the primitive period, it means from the very early period, our language culture has developed with the vocabulary consisting of words from various language groups. It means actually Bangladesh was not Bangladesh from the very beginning. Okay, we are adapting so many countries' words, language, way of talking. So in even Bengali, we see that a mix up of or amalgamation of different languages. Though while we are speaking in Bengali, even though we get different the different emphasis of different kinds or different words from different language. It has been told here, our language style consists of various language families like Austro-Asian, Dravidian, Tibetan, Burmese, and Indo-European, etc. Later on, our language has borrowed many words and styles from the colonial rulers like the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French, and the English. What does it mean? That before the creation of Bangladesh, so many other people also ruled here, and according to their language, our language has also been emphasized and also borrowed, also took some of the words and styles from them. Okay, now let's go for the next. In an overall situation, let's see, in an overall evolution, the culture of Bangladesh has been humanitarian from the very ancient period, which we have learned in the previous lessons. We get its evidence in many ways. The pair on the occasion of Chaitra Sankranti bear testimony to our traditional farming culture. So what does it mean? That if we go for the evolution, if we want to know about our culture, we see that there is harmony among the people, okay, from the very ancient time. And we have already got this about the humanitarian, about the relationship among different kinds of people, different communities people, is a very good one. Okay, and we have got this evidence in before lessons. A fair, and one fair is always celebrated, and it is called Chaitra Sankranti, which bears testimony to our traditional farming culture, and it has also come from our traditional farming culture. Chaitra Sankranti is mainly celebrated, which is related to our traditional farming culture. It is related to the crops. Okay, after getting the crops, after taking the crops at home, they celebrate this. Now go for the next. Similarly, various festivals of small ethnic groups such as the Garos, Wangala, Sautals, Sohari are equal partners of our farming culture. So we know these are the ethnic people from different communities, those who are small in number, and their culture is also different. They also celebrate different kinds of different kinds of celebration like Wangala, Sohari, and these are also related to related to their farming culture. As we celebrate Chaitra Sankranti in the same way, they do Wangala, they do Sohari. Now see the Manipuri dance, the Jhumur dance of a small ethnic group of North Bengal, Botol dance of the Tripura, etc. have enriched our culture. So what do we see? Manipuri dance, Jhumur dance, these all have also increased, also made our culture very much prosperous, okay, very much enriched. Our national poet Kazi Nazrul Islam wrote many songs in Jhumur rhythm. Therefore, we shall constantly practice our cultural variety through receiving, discarding, refining, and developing other cultures, and through changes advance our culture forward. What does it mean? It means we are actually receiving the things. Sometimes we are changing the things. Sometimes we are reducing something or taking it apart from our culture. But sometimes we are refining, making it much more pure, okay, and trying to develop our culture more and more. Now see, I am going to ask you some questions. You will write all this question in your copy. Which elements play a special role to build our culture? That is weather, geographical, environment, all these play a special role to build up our culture. How many kinds of culture can be practiced within a single country? Mainly two kinds of culture we see, abstract and abstract and concrete. But many kinds of culture can be practiced within a single country. Which kinds of songs are still found to be sung in rural village? That is what? Bhatiyali, Sar, Shari. Okay, these songs are still found to be sung in rural village. Which food is the main food of our culture? Rice and fish. Okay, it is still an inseparable part of our rural village. Does language have any importance in one's culture? Obviously, of course. Okay, language has importance in one's culture, such as we are Bengali people. Our language has what? Our language also shows our culture. We also know that we have a good history, and we have go for liberation war. Some of our people also sacrifice their life just for getting this own language. Okay, now see, what type of culture is recognized by the occasion of the Chaitra Sankranti? We know Chaitra Sankranti is related to the traditional farming culture. So which culture? Traditional farming culture is recognized by the occasion of the Chaitra Sankranti. Now see, what is your homework? Your homework will be from chapter 6. Okay, you will write all this RQ, that is all related questions, in your copy, and you will learn, but not in your homework copy. You will write this in your OC.W copy, that is classwork copy, and you will learn all this. Okay, all the RQ. So that's all for today. Thanks to all of you. Try to stay safe and always try to be at your home, because being safe is our first priority now. And just be always touched up with your lessons, because we don't know what will actually happen next, but we always need to be very much careful and also be with our duty. Okay, as you are the students, what's your duty? Your duty is to be with your study. So always touched up with your study. That's all for today, my dear students. Hope all of you will be fine. Okay, bye. That's all for today.